Hey guys, it's Holly. So today I wanted to show you guys my latest Daredevil mock update. If you didn't know, I've been working on a Nelson and Murdock sort of modular building type set because I really want to get better at like my mock building and just like my building in general. So I thought to myself, modular is probably a really good place to start, and I really loved the Daredevil show, so I just wanted to try and make my own. Now since the last part, I did get a giant bricks and pieces order with a ton of 10 pieces in order to finally replicate the second floor. I also ordered a few minifigure parts, and unfortunately some of them still haven't arrived, so I am waiting on them and might need to order a replacement just in case they got lost. But for the time being, I was able to do a few updates, but besides that, I haven't really started planning or developing the next floor up. I'm still tossing up between doing just 2 floors and maybe adding a third, especially when I put it alongside some of my other modular buildings. It did look a tiny bit short, so I am thinking about doing another floor. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know, because right now I'm thinking about Matt Murdock's apartment. However, I'm also like, okay, it's kind of inaccurate, but it's still within the Daredevil theme, so I might try it out. However, you'll have a sort of better look at that in a second, so let's go and have a look at it. So here's the updated Nelson and Murdock, and I thought I would place it up next to the police station since I've got it on hand, just to show you guys what this looks like in comparison to another modular building. Now my custom set mock version is definitely a lot shorter when it comes to heights. It's not as tall. I don't want it to necessarily be as tall as well. In fact, I'm thinking of maybe just putting one more floor and then the roof onto Nelson and Murdock at the moment, and you've probably noticed as well all of these bright colored bricks, and that is because I just did not order enough pieces. I also did end up getting the white lamppost, but I haven't completely swapped it over yet, and I have noticed as well that I probably should get a transparent clear head just to match the modular buildings. I think on its own this lamppost works pretty well, but as soon as I put it next to the other ones, I want it to match and look really cohesive. But enough about that, let me show you all the updates. So here is Nelson and Murdock, and finally I have the 2 floors. My bricks and pieces order arrived, and I was able to complete it all besides a few bits and pieces here and there. So I did swap them out just to make it look a tiny bit more cohesive. I also haven't been able to tile off the top yet, just because again, I don't have enough pieces. I also sort of changed the design of the top here. I made it more of a ledge rather than those round pieces that I initially had in sort of my draft and mock-up, which honestly I'm pretty happy with. I love the way that I've done the windows and that they're able to open up slightly. I thought that looks really neat, and I also put another one on the side just in case this building isn't directly crammed up next to another modular, but if it is, then they wouldn't be able to see anything. And just like the bottom floor as well, I did put 2 windows at the back just so that there's a tiny bit more daylight to this building. Now this entire thing does pop off the top, and I might have accidentally just knocked off a piece here. So here is the floor on its own, and it was sort of hard actually to build up this entire bottom section. As you can see, it's sort of messy. I just had to add a bunch of plates in order to keep it contained, but it is pretty strong and secure, so I'm really happy with how it turned out in the end. And as you can see, I didn't really leave space for stairs because I'd rather have much more room for interior. Like, I don't care so much about having a gap for imaginary minifigures to walk up in, because at the end of the day, this building's gonna be closed. I really don't care. So up next, what I need to do in here is the whole interior. I want to add some desks. I want to add a mini kitchen here. I also want to add these like arch pieces, so I might sort of build them in and like redo these side walls so that it sort of sits about here and we've got a complete archway. But besides that and swapping out all of these pieces, this second floor is mostly done, and I'm really proud of how this has turned out. I still don't know what I'm going to do for the next floor up. I might just bite the bullet and do Matt Murdock's apartment, even though it's not really accurate to the show. I feel like it would be a pretty interesting building to have. And then I did build the roof of my police station modular to sort of give me an idea of how to do the rooftop for this building. So I need to mock that out on Mecha Bricks and just give it a little bit of a crack and try, but I'm thinking I'll save that for the new year. Now, when it comes to the minifigures, thank you guys so much for all of your suggestions. I did order a torso for Vanessa. This one was actually going to be from Indiana Jones. It hasn't quite arrived yet, so I've still just got Vanessa's head sort of floating around, as well as her legs, but I've sorted her all out. Foggy Nelson as well, I have ordered him a torso and legs off Bricks and Pieces, which hopefully should be coming in about a week or 2, so I'm really excited to complete him. I also tried to order some pieces to make a Matt Murdock, but we'll see how that sort of goes around. Then lastly, we had Karen, and currently the plan at the moment is to get the Claire figure from Jurassic World that also has sort of like a white blazer and tuxedo. But one thing that I did do is actually swap out the hair. There was a comment saying to use like this little pop star version instead of the Phoebe Buffet hair, and I really liked that idea, and I've just been waiting to sort of swap it out, and I definitely think this works a tiny bit better, although I'm starting to think that that face might not work. So if you have any alternate ideas or suggestions, please let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I think this will work better for Karen. Ideally as well, she would have a different colored suit to Vanessa, but at this point, I'm just gonna take what I get. I just feel like we don't have that many female suits lying around. I forgot to film an outro. I know, I'm just so good at my job. But anyway, guys, that is my entire update for my Daredevil MOC. It's currently the 23rd of December, so hopefully my bricks and pieces order arrives by like next week. I don't know why it's taking so long. I've never had a bricks and pieces order take this long in a very long time. So, you know, I'm just gonna have to be patient to figure out what I'm gonna do about like Foggy and even Matt Murdock, for instance. But well, we should find out hopefully soon. But with all of the new sets coming out, I feel like this project's going to be put on the backbench for a tiny bit. I reckon the next update could be like late January, early Feb, mid-Feb maybe. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel down below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later.